It's not just about the shorts. It's about inspiring others. It's about having fun and making new friends. It's about getting hit down and getting back up again. It's about being a team. Pivot Star. It's about roller derby.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this, the Sleigh of Fundy 2 at the Lord Beaverbrook Rink here in St. John. I am joined by my colleague, Rainbow Fight from the 709 All-Stars. We're looking forward to an amazing game, aren't we?
Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be really, really high-level competition.
Absolutely. I know you guys are excited out there because you're tuned in. You are probably mostly Derby people, but there may be some new people out there. So we'll try to give a few pointers along the way so you new folks can understand the subtleties of the games. I'd like to mention that today's broadcast is made possible by sponsors like Salter Watercrafts, high-quality inflatable boats at the most affordable prices. You can spend a summer floating around on a Salter watercraft. It's affordable freedom. Find out more at salterboat.com.
And so we're out coaching there now. We have Jesus Takes the Wheels and Rotten Rob for the Lumber Smacks. Of course, you've just seen them for Daisy Cutters. And then we have ZZ Slop down there on the Shipyard Sirens. So we're getting started. We have Molly Millions jamming for Shipyard Sirens. And we have Sniperess out there for the Lumber Smacks. Fast pack. Sniperess gets through to get lead. Fog City's Jammer is still stuck in the pack.
Millions is having a lot of trouble getting through there. Oh, she takes a shot at the other jammer.
Oh, Sniper is pushing through the front wall there. It's a power jam Lumber Smacks right now. Molly Millions going to the box. I believe it was a use of forms. And Fog City Jammer, or Blocker, sorry, also sitting. So it's a pack advantage for Sniper's along with being on a power jam. A good sweep there. Lumber Smacks holding one in the back. Sniper's trying to push that front wall out of play. Ginger Rocket doing a really great job of trying to hold her. Auburn Rubber as well.
The Fog City Rollers are definitely not going to allow those Muddy River Rollers to just blast on through. They're going to try to do all they can to keep this power jam from adding up.
A big lead in the start of a game can really mess with your head, and I think that they're trying to avoid a big jump in the lead right off the hop. Sniper's coming around again. Of course, she just got a grand slam. Coming around for more points. Fighting Auburn at the front, and she calls it off just as Molly stands in the box.
And that is the end of our first jam. We
4
are looking
points.
yeah, that's amazing. We are looking at a total here of the Muddy River Rollers at 19-0 for the Fog City. ZZ Slop with his big tails.
Looking beautiful.
He doesn't have his big bushy beard anymore. He gave that up as a donation to get his team to the Nationals. He's an awesome guy.
I couldn't believe he did it.
I couldn't either.
Now we have Vernon Rubber out there jamming, really fighting against that wall. Really, really great defensive job for Fog City. She gets out and gets lead. Of course, she took a couple knocks on the way. So Molly Millions trying to break through the front wall of Muddy River, going down. She gets back up pretty quick. Vernon fighting at the back with a wall of the Sirens. Not lead. That's what Molly's initial pass. Bernie getting 4 points.
Molly, of course, just coming back on the track after serving a penalty.
Yeah, and Bernie calls it off just in time. Sirens do not score, so the score stands at 23-0.
Well, this game seems to be off to a great start. We're seeing a lot of very strategic derby out there on the track as these girls are fighting to gain that initial position and hopefully to play a psychological game with the opposing team.
Yeah, so we have Tacky Tammy out there right now for the Sirens and Tootsie Valentino for the Lumber Smacks.
And
Both, fighting at these heavy walls. Tootsie goes
Lumber
down in the
Smacks
back.
are just blocking off the Fog City Roller Jammer.
Beautiful. Sirens with lead. Excellent job by Tacky Tammy. Valentino not far behind. And they sweep, and she gets a clean line on the inside. Excellent job by the Sirens. Really great offensive blocking. 4 points on the board for Shipyard Sirens.
And that gold helmet in the penalty box, that's number 86, Brandy Swifter of the Lumber Smacks. She's going to be serving out that minute, and most of it will be in this upcoming jam.
So now we have Debbie Lee Downer out there for the Shipyard Sirens. She's been a really up-and-coming player this weekend. I hadn't really noticed her before, but she's played a fantastic weekend. We have Snipers out there for Lumber Smacks again. Getting a knock off the line to the jammer. Big hit. Big hit there by Knocker Walker. She comes in behind. Sirens do an excellent job of dragging back Snipers to the back, letting the Sirens get lead. Debbie Lee Downer with lead right now. Snipers gets tripped up there in a skater. Low block called. One of Sirens skaters going to the box.
You know, there's two benefits to dragging that jammer all the way to the back. Number one is timing to get separation between the jammers, but the other thing is just to tire that jammer out.
Yeah, definitely, and does it ever. 4 points to each team now. We're in a bit of a jammer race. Snipers coming right up. Beautiful.
Right by and calling off the jam to maximize her pointage.
Yep.
We're coming up on 25 minutes on the clock. We're looking at Muddy River Rollers at 27. Now the Fog City Rollers have moved up to 12.
And Snipers is actually just going to the box. I believe it was for a cut. So Sirens are going to start this one with a power jam. They're putting Molly Millions out for that.
Well, that is going to be a definite advantage for them because they are a little bit behind right now, and this could give them a real morale boost. This could be what they need to keep fighting at their top.
Yep. And they do the pushback, of course. Nice, really quick lead. You want that. You want to get that initial pass done and over with and start scoring. They're waiting. They're trying to sweep, but they want to sweep at the right time. They don't want to get a jammer or a pack race going. They don't want to speed up the pack too much. Molly having a hard time.
You could see Molly Millions there hand signaling to her teammates on which side she wanted to pass.
Yeah. Excellent job by Auburn Rubber getting Molly a clean break through the pack there. We got a failure to reform, I believe, on Ginger Rocket. She's going to the box, which puts it 4-2 pack advantage for Lumber Smacks right now. The Sirens need to stay out of the box if they want to be able to put up a fight against the Lumber Smacks and hopefully avenge their loss last year at the sleigh.
You cannot win the game if you're spending your time in the box.
It is true. That was a really great job by Molly Millions, calling it off just as Snipers was standing. Of course, trying to give herself the opportunity to get lead. Vernon stepping on the track. I don't think she realized the jammer was still in the box.
That last jam there brought 10 points to the Fog City Rollers Shipyard Sirens. They're now 22 versus the 27 of the Lumber Smacks.
Now we have H2Ono out there for the Sirens jamming. Getting real low, standing right behind her blocker, hopefully trying to pop out and get lead. Snipers is just about to exit the box. Bridging back, really great job, trying to make it a farther distance for Snipers. Of course, in that, the Sirens get lead. H2Ono coming around, trying to score points.
It looks like we've got a Shipyard Siren coming in the penalty lane. It's number 5, Alien She's heading to the box.
I didn't recognize her. She has her tank top on today. She had her t-shirt jersey on yesterday.
But apparently the box is full, so she's got to skate around again.
Just checking in there. So Tacky Tammy out on the line now for the Shipyard Sirens and Vernon Rubber for the Muddy River Lumber Smacks. We got an official timeout called.
This official timeout is brought to you by Bad Girlfriend Skates. This weekend only, you can get $50 off of custom Antic or Rydell skates. Order by Monday at www.badgirlfriendskates.com. And don't forget, guys, those party pics. We love seeing those party pics. We want to see you watching us, watching you, watching us, watching you. Get the idea. So we want you to tell your friends, get the word out.
So I just got word, actually, this official review is it's an official review for Rob for the Lumber Smacks. They're contesting that H2O just got a back block at the end of that jam. So they're trying to get that called. They're trying to get themselves a power jam.
And you know what the other amazing thing is?
Cattle Prod. Cattle Prod just came back from the hospital.
Cattle Prod is back. That is awesome. If you remember, she was taken out earlier on a backboard. She had her head in a brace, and they weren't sure quite what the injury might have been. And now she's back. Oh my goodness! Wow! That is something you don't see every day, and you only see that on CanuckDerbyTV.com because a regulated broadcaster would have had to bleep that out, and we don't. That's the awesome part of CanuckDerbyTV.com.
I'm trying to
Oh my gosh, I love doing this job. This is so awesome.
I love Cattle Prod. She's my favorite.
Oh wow. She deserves a big hug for that. A gentle hug. She's been through a lot, but a big hug.
Oh, she's amazing. She's amazing.
That is the one thing I can say, Rainbow, that you know is true here, is that we see so very many wonderful people in Derby. It is just incredible.
So here we go. We're getting back to the action. The official review is over. It did get approved. Really great job by the Lumber Smacks. Now Burnin' Rubber is on a power jam. 4-2 pack advantage, for the Lumber Smacks, and they're going to sweep. Excellent. Quick lead. Burnin' Rubber out of the pack. And Flower Child pulling back Siren's blocker, Chillin' Villain, trying to bring the pack closer to Burnin'. And they're going to try to, excellent, they're going to try to keep Auburn Rubber forward. These dragbacks, like you said, they're so effective. You want to try to get in the way of those blockers trying to drag your jammer back.
That's absolutely right, Rainbow.
Ooh.
You know, they just keep knocking her down, and then look, dragging her back. There she is. Come on
and
back,
burning
follow me.
away this.
That's right.
Burning away this power jam.
Exactly, burning away those penalties. As you can see, the number of Shipyard Sirens that have appeared back on the track from the penalty box is increasing moment by moment. This advantage is quickly slipping away.
Burnin' coming up to a wall of 3 Sirens. Excellent sweep by the Lumber Smacks. However, I don't think Burnin' was quite expecting it, where it came from the outside.
Absolutely.
She pushes through.
And now they've got the full team back on. There they are.
And H2O coming back out. Oh, getting smacked to the inside there. Getting pulled back again by Brandy Swifter. Excellent job.
That is a technical play. You have to be right on it. You have to have somebody that can take them out and drag them back, because that girl that does the taking out has to be able to get back there quickly.
Yep. Burnin' Rubber coming up on a wall again of Sirens, calling it off, and I don't think the ref's seen it in time.
And remember, if the Derby girl that takes another player out by knocking her off the track herself goes off the track, the first girl can come back in. She doesn't have to go behind the other girl. The other girl went off the track. So you have to be able to be clean with your hit, knock them off the track, and then stay on the track.
Yeah.
So you can drag them back. That requires skill.
It definitely does. It's a very, very difficult skill to obtain. So now we have Tootsie Valentino out there again for Muddy River Lumber Smacks, and Debbie Lee Downer for Shipyard Sirens.
I don't know why, I just love that name, Debbie Lee Downer.
It's such a great name. Again, we have these really tight walls. Oh, Debbie Lee breaks through on the outside. She got through so clean, I thought she was going to the box.
Yeah, she's got that lead jammer status. That's going to be very, very helpful for the Sirens.
Use of elbows called. One of Sirens' blockers.
Oh, that's not good.
She drags her back.
They need all their players on the big hit
Debbie
right in front of us.
Debbie Lee takes a big knock.
Debbie Lee took a knock off of number 11.
Oh, and
Barbarian.
Power Jam. Power Jam for the Shipyard Sirens. Tootsie Valentino going to the box for use of elbows.
Barbarian joining her in there as well.
Ooh. Debbie Lee fighting with that 2-wall. Knocker Walker and Liz Naylor doing a great job trying to hold her. This is exactly what the Shipyard Sirens want right now. It's only 44-32, such a close game.
It is, and they want to try to gain any ground that they can, even maybe have a little bit of a cushion. Who knows?
Debbie Lee, she got a hard knock from Liz Naylor, but she did a great job. And
looks like number 300 Hammer Slammer just found herself in the slammer.
So did Knocker Walker. She just got a failure to reform. Debbie Lee, perfect pass. Clean. Easy 5 points. And Ivana Chekovich going to the box for the Sirens. Nice juke by Debbie Lee. Great job getting around Liz Naylor. Another 5 points. That's a lead change.
That is indeed. This is a back and forth game. It's funny because you're watching them and you're seeing lots of one color on and a few of the other because they're in the box, and then all of a sudden it's all reversed. That's the excitement of Derby, folks.
Yep.
I don't think I know of any game that is quite as dynamic as this one.
Yeah. Debbie Lee with her 2-liter of Big 8 water, chugging back some water. Trying to keep hydrated. You're sweating so much during these games. It's important you're taking in the right amount of liquid and rehydrating. Tacky Tammy out there to start this power jam for the Shipyard Sirens. General Malaise goes with the sweep. Oh, sorry, not yeah, General Malaise, I was right. And Valentino back out there for the Lumber Smacks. The Lumber Smacks blockers doing an excellent job sweeping there, pushing them with an offensive block to get their jammer through. Tacky Tammy with a quick call off.
Knocker Walker is on her way to the box. Of course, at this level of Derby, losing any of your players due to a penalty is a detriment to your strategy.
Definitely. You need those blockers out there.
Absolutely. Those blockers, good blocking strategy, can make a sweeping move, clear an open path for a jammer just to blast through there. Why, we've seen you do that yourself, Rainbow. We've seen you get a pathway cleared by your teammates and just take advantage of that.
Yeah, it's my favorite thing. Oh my God, if I don't have to work to get through the pack, that's the best. Saves my energy so I can get around faster.
And let's face it, if we all didn't have to have jobs and could just, do Derby all the time, well, wouldn't that be perfect?
That'd be a dream. That was a quick jam there. We had Debbie Lee Downer and Sniperess. It was a 3-0 jam.
Now, I was concerned there that Snipers might have been headed to the box.
I thought so as well. Yeah, well, she
just
skated around the outside.
She just took the outside lane.
Yeah.
That's a good thing for them.
Yeah. So Molly Millions now out for Shipyard Sirens and Vernon Rubber for the Muddy River Lumber Smacks. Two well-matched jammers.
We're coming up on 16 minutes, 45 seconds. The score right now is Shipyard Sirens 54 to the Lumber Smacks 44. Only 10 points separating these two teams.
Both teams doing these really, really good defensive walls, trying to hold that jammer. And some great recycling by Ginger Rocket. Oh! And oh, it was close. They were trying to recycle there, or trying to pull back there. Great job, really great job by Molly Millions. Vernon Rubber having a hard time getting out, and Molly Millions really taking advantage.
Molly Millions grabbing those quick points and then calling off the jam, denying her opponent any of those points. That's the way that you do this. It might seem like a slow progress, but you can be nibbled to death by ducks, folks.
58-44 right now for the Fog City Shipyard Sirens. We have Tootsie Valentino out there again for the Lumber Smacks and H2 Ono for the Sirens. And we're off. Valentino really having a fight through that great wall. It's like they're synchronized skating.
It is.
Trying to hold that
it's quite amazing how they're able to work in concert like that.
Yeah. It's been really great watching these two teams grow with all the playing that they've done. Valentino out for lead. H2 Ono right behind her. Seen that a lot today. The teams have been really quick at switching from defense to offense and getting their jammer out right away. That's a good way to stop the bleeding.
Tootsie Valentino there using a lot of force on her opponents, trying to break through that wall of blockers.
Use of elbows called for one of the Sirens blockers. She's headed to the box. Poison Envy.
Now, for those of you watching on the web, you might wonder, sometimes it looks like people disappear. It's because the tracking board in the center is actually metallic and it's reflecting the surface of the concrete. So it looks at times like it's part of the concrete, and you might actually believe that somebody has disappeared or lost their midsection. In fact, they have not. It's just a board.
It's all an illusion. So we have Tacky Tammy out there now for the Sirens and Snipers for the Smacks.
14 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. We are looking at the Shipyard Sirens 62 to the Muddy River Roller Lumber Smacks 48. That's not much of a lead at this point. That's, that's
anybody's
what,
game.
14 points. That's not a whole lot. Anybody's game.
Excellent job. Tacky Tammy breaking out to get lead. And Auburn Rubber trying to drag back on Snipers. Brandy Swifter doing a really good job of getting in her way.
Looks like Chillin' Villain is heading to the box for the Shipyard Sirens and hustling it along too. They don't want to waste any time. They want to get back out on the track. The faster you're on the seat, the faster you are on the track.
Great job there. 4 points awarded to the Shipyard Sirens. Vernon Rubber back out for the Lumber Smacks.
Now for the folks at home, you're looking at the lineups and you're seeing girls shifting seats and moving up and down. That's lineup management, and they have people that are responsible for that to make sure that the players are cycled and kept rested. If you burn out your best players early on, they're not available to you in that second half when you really need them. Energy management is so crucial.
We have Debbie Lee down there now, trying to fight through that wall of Lumber Smacks. Gets around again on the outside, but she gets called on a cup. This is not what the Sirens want right now.
Absolutely not.
Vernon Rubber on a power jam with lead, and they have 2 blockers in the box as well.
Debbie Lee sliding her buttons into a seat in the sin bin.
Vernon getting just a little knock and getting back out. Grand slam.
This could close that gap very quickly, Rainbow.
Oh, it very well could. Great block there, and excellent job by the Sirens pulling back.
I am continually impressed by the level of skill that is shown by all of the girls here out on the track, not just the jammers.
Ooh, that was a direction. That was, use of forearm. Hammer Slammer going to the box. She did a great job previously to that, dragging back Vernon Rubber. Burning time on that penalty clock.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if she was called for forearms or for direction. It is still going to sit her down for 1 minute, and that is going to be an advantage to those Lumber Smacks.
Definitely. And Vernon calls it off just as Debbie Lee is standing.
And there you can see the team coaches talking to the lineup, planning their strategy, putting people in the right places at the right time. They're planning ahead.
Slop looking beautiful with his pigtails.
Absolutely. Everybody loves ZZ Slop. How can you not? How can you not?
He's amazing. Actually, himself and Alien She stayed at our place in Newfoundland when St. John, Fog City's 2 home teams came down and played ours. Perfect, and we have Rob there, and Jesus Takes the Wheels. Again, double shifted. They coached the last game, and they're doing this one, and they're doing a great job. Lumber Smacks, Tootsie Valentino at the front, getting recycled. And we have Debbie Lee in there fighting now as well. Liz Naylor trying to hold her. Great push by Brandy Swifter. Can't keep Debbie Lee though. She just came out of the box and she got lead. They were able to hold Valentino that whole time.
Number
Excellent
33,
blocking.
Sienna Siempra just landing her buns in the penalty box.
And we're getting a quick call off and a reset.
You know, you were mentioning Jesus Takes the Wheels and his work here as a coach. Jesus is also one of our announcers. If you were listening yesterday and watching the action here, you heard him on the mic. He is a multi-talented individual, and I believe he also plays on the St. John Wheelmen.
I think so, yeah. I believe that Doc was saying that.
He is a total derby dude.
Oh, Sniper's getting a couple knocks. Molly Million getting a hard blow as well. Oh, crawling back, just trying to drag her back.
That is such an effective strategy. I've seen it used time and time again at this bout.
Yep.
And it really, the whole competition has been using it.
Yep, great job to Molly Millions for breaking out and getting the lead, but of course Sniper's right behind her. Quarter of a track to go. Trying to get quick points, calling it off. Calling it off, and 1 point awarded. It's so hard when you're getting in these tight packs for the refs to see when you call it off.
Absolutely.
It's risky to to come up, and you almost want to call it on your way in just so you know that you're not risking the other jammer getting any points.
That's right. Just past the 10-minute mark, we've got the Shipyard Sirens 71 to the Lumbersmacks 62. That gap has narrowed. There's not much between them right now, only 9 points.
H2O out there jamming again for the Shipyard Sirens. I believe she was blocking more last year, and it's great to see her out there jamming because she is so effective. Oh, Burnin' Rubber goes down, and I believe that actually H2O tripped over her. So yes, Burnin' Rubber is getting a low block. She's gone to the penalty box.
She's heading to the box, and that is going to give the Shipyard Sirens a power jam.
They really need to take advantage of this. Brandy Swifter, Liz Naylor really trying to hold her. Oh, sorry, General Malaise.
You can see them bridging there. Now, if you know anything about the Derby rules, you'll know that the distances between Derby girls are measured from their hips, not from their hands. But they stick their hands out to show that they are attempting to bridge. They're basically challenging the referees to look at the marks on the floor and determine that that's what they're doing.
H2O coming around. She just got a grand slam coming around for more points. The Sirens need to be careful when they're going into that sweep early. They don't want to cause a race. They don't want H2O to have to go longer.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Great bridging there. Brandy Swifter, General Malaise trying to keep Flower Child able to be in play and hold her longer. Ooh. A direction of play called there.
On number 314, that's Lexi Lasher. She's going to go to the box for a direction play penalty. And that's it for that jam, folks. We've got 8 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock. Shipyard Sirens 82 to the Lumbersmacks 62. Oh, 83 now. We've got a 21-point spread.
And again, like we've seen in the last game even, they need to be careful. This is, in fact, yes, they are in lead, but at 21 points is one jam. It's one jam, and especially at halftime, if they go into halftime with this kind of lead, they have to be careful because the second period, teams have been going out bigger and stronger.
Absolutely.
Molly Million slips through to get lead jammer.
I think they must feed them coffee at halftime. That's gotta
they
be it.
must. Just straight up injections of caffeine. Burnin' Rubber bounces through on the outside. Excellent blocking by the Lumbersmacks to give Molly Million such a hard time.
Looks like
and
number 100, Hail Destroyer, heading to the box.
She calls it off. We have a new lineup coming out. We have Tootsie Valentino there for the Lumbersmacks. Tacky Tammy again out there for Shipyard Sirens.
Big shout out to Bad Girlfriend Skates. This weekend, only get $50 off of custom Antic or Rydell skates. Order by Monday at www.badgirlfriendskates.com and claim your $50 discount.
Big hits out there by the Sirens, really knocking around Valentino. And use of forearms being called on Tacky Tammy. She does not look happy.
No.
They do not want a power kill right now. Lumbersmacks can easily sneak away with this lead.
Absolutely. That could blow that lead right away.
Beautiful hit by Auburn Rubber, dragging her right to the back. What great blocking.
That's taking her probably almost 50 feet back from the position at which the impact occurred. That's 50 feet that she has to skate back and 50 forward again.
That was a really good spin move there by Tootsie Valentino, avoiding what had just happened to her previously.
Wow.
Talk about learning on your feet.
That's right. That's some impressive skating right there.
Ooh, excellent block. And General Malaise doing a really good job. Brandy Swifter, all of the Lumbersmacks right now, pushing the Sirens forward, making sure they're not dragging back because it will kill this power jam.
Absolutely. They have to control the flow in this game if they want to be able to stay on top.
Valentino calls it off just as Tacky Tammy stands in the box. Of course, again, the Lumbersmacks starting this one on a power jam. Less than 10 seconds.
We have an official timeout and a review call. Looks like by the Shipyard Sirens.
I imagine it would be on the cut there. I know I've seen Auburn Rubber pretty upset when she dragged back an extra couple feet.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Pivot Star right now. Pivot Star has a new line of team uniforms, and the winner of the Sleigh of Fundy is going to receive the entire set of 20 white away jerseys that are valued at $900. That's an amazing prize. Amazing prize. There it is. You can see one of those jerseys. That's the new design. It's awesome. She's awesome. What a model. You could have one of those if you are the winner. So some of these girls here, they are going to be taking that prize home with them. $900 value, and thanks to Lulu at pivotstar.com. Amazing supporter of Derby here. Pivotstar.com. You need Derby stuff. You talk Pivot Star.
Lulu is amazing, actually. Herself and 8 Mean were in Newfoundland last year for the Camp Pivot Star. They've been doing a lot of Camp Pivot Stars. I believe they have one this weekend, the Summer Sweat, and they just do some phenomenal coaching. They're such sweethearts. They actually stayed with myself and Wade Wilson in Newfoundland when they were down, and we had such a good time.
That is awesome.
Yeah, we got to show them around.
That would be fun. You know, another one of the big sponsors of this tournament here is Salter Watercrafts. They have high-quality inflatable boats at the most affordable prices. Rainbow, come on. Can you not see yourself floating along and just enjoying the heck out of that?
As long as I have a high SPF sunscreen. That's all I think about in that scenario. Is excellent. On a watercraft, well, I'll need some sunscreen.
I'm sure they can probably even rig up some sort of a canopy over the top of you. Yeah, Salter Watercrafts, highest quality stuff. Really reasonable prices. You want some affordable freedom? You find out more at salterboat.com. That's salterboat, all one word, .com.
So I was correct in my guess for this official review brought to you by Shipyard Sirens. They're using their review. It is being approved, I'm told. So they are going to switch positions with the jammers now, where Auburn Rubber did pull back and an extra couple feet just as the jammer was jumping in. She did, in fact, get a cut.
You know, we should recognize the NSOs and the referees. There he is, head NSO, Paparazzo. And he's out there helping us out organize this great tournament. You know, the NSOs are an amazing resource. They are volunteers who keep track of timing and penalties. They run the penalty box. They do ever so many things around here. We've got them over here on our scoreboard, provided by Ultimate Derby Scoreboard, by the way. If you want to get an awesome scoreboard, you can get Ultimate Derby Scoreboard. It's just over on the, there's our NSOs running the scoreboard. You can see the control console and the feedback display in front of them. It's all set up. That was set up by Canuck Derby TV, and if you pan the camera over there to the right, you will see the scoreboard. There's the projector down below, and there's the scoreboard. You can have a swanky-looking scoreboard just like that. Contact Canuck Derby TV at gmail.com or go to www.canuckderbytv.com, and you can see it there. And speaking of Canuck Derby TV, they're bringing you all of this awesome Derby action in full HD for free. If you want to show them some love, just go to their website, find the little button on the upper right. Well, it's actually a big button, big red button, donate. Anything at all will help them keep this in operation.
So Tacky Tammy's now going to try to pop out of the box. Ooh! That was a big hit by Alien She. She did, and get a direction of play there.
Alien She now booting it around the penalty lane on the outside of the track because she's got to get all the way back to the penalty box, and she does not want to waste any time.
Tacky Tammy approaching the pack again, starting out this power jam here. Lumbersmack's jammer getting a cut call from the previous jam. Excellent work by the Sirens coaches to get that called. Tacky Tammy approaching again, 5-point grand slam. She's so quick to get around. The Sirens doing some quick blocking, clearing that inside lane. Another 5-point grand slam, calling it off just as Valentino stands. Wanting to take advantage of this power jam off the start, getting a quick 10-second opportunity to just play offense, get lead. Everybody knows you have lead, you control the game.
Absolutely. Coming up on 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this first period, the score is Shipyard Sirens 97 to the Lumbersmacks 72. This is still anyone's game.
Definitely. And H2Ono out there, again, doing some great jamming. Starting off this power jam, Sirens want to try to drag back a little bit, try to get the Lumbersmacks closer to being out of play. Excellent blocking by the Lumber Smacks. H210 really taking the hits. Gets out and gets lead. And great work by the Sirens for bridging back there, making Valentino have to work that much harder and go that much farther from the penalty box to enter the pack.
Absolutely. Tootsie Valentino is having to struggle that much more to try to get back in this particular jam.
H210 out for her points. And Tootsie Valentino right behind her.
We've just had an emergency delivery of a Jam Jam cookie.
Not the actual Jam Jam cookie.
No, just
but
the
our
one that's
logo.
designed. The logo cookie.
Our old logo, yeah.
A real Jam Jam does not look like that. There it is. Look at that. It's got a bite taken out of it, but it's yummy.
Thank you very much to Lil Fury from Fog City. She's getting on Scarlet Swarm. She made these for us. We whined that we didn't get them yesterday because we got them last year.
That's awesome.
So she stayed up last night making them for us.
That's what Derby's all about. That's the Derby love. You know, it's kind of funny. You'll see these girls, they work so hard on the track, but at the after party, they're all friends. It's all forgotten.
Definitely. Debbie Lee Downer now taking some smacks from the Lumber Smacks. Oh, and a big hit put on Snipers. Great job trying to drag back. She sneaks around the Lumber Smacks blockers. And they did a great job there bridging, keeping her in play as she goes back. Hammer Slimer's done a really great job of that all weekend.
You know, on that last one there when she went off the track, she did a little dance with Jam Solo. Almost hit him.
Debbie Lee, another quick pass. Again, just accumulating a larger lead.
Coming up on 2 minutes and 15 seconds, 107-72 in favor of the Sirens.
So we have Tacky Tammy out there now and Vernon Rubber. And I believe, we actually have one of the kids over here with the house announcer. I was like, who's that voice I just heard on the speakers? We have a little boy over here helping out with the announcing.
Derby is very much a family thing here in Atlantic Canada. If you're out there and you're thinking, you know, I'm watching Derby with my friends, I kind of like this, I'd like to get involved, contact your local league. Get involved. It is worth it. We heard that Calgary Flat Track Fever had a bouncy castle. Maybe we can have a bouncy castle here next time.
Oh, Tacky Tammy trying to get through and get some points. Burnham Rubber right behind her, so it was actually a 2-2 jam. Unfortunately, no lead added there. Just keeping it the same.
Vernon Rubber sitting there on the bench with her spangly green helmet.
I love that helmet. She actually has a Derby Wives Forever sticker, half of a heart. And Brandy Swifter has the other half, but she forgot. She brought her wrong helmet to the tournament. I was like, oh. Molly Millions out there for the Shipyard Sirens. Tootsie Valentino for the Lumber Smacks. Oh, and a big hit there by Knocker Walker. Molly doing a really good job of getting back in quickly. Oh, and dragging her back.
They're dragging her all the way back. Look at that. As far as they can, they're dragging her back, making her work for every point she's going to get.
Giving Molly the opportunity there to punch out the front, actually getting the smacks out of play in the front and getting lead. They're still holding Valentino. That was a really great job by Hammer Slimer there. Some one-on-one blocking.
Absolutely. The farther you can put your opponent behind, the later they start their scoring run. Yeah, and then you can call it off just like that and prevent your opponent from taking anything.
And Molly Millions, another pass there for 4 points. 113-74 right now for the Shipyard Sirens.
That's right, and we've got less than 10 seconds on the clock. I expect that they are going to call the period at the end of this. We'll see in just a second. Regulation time has expired, and that is the period. So at the end of period 1, we have Fog City Rollers Shipyard Sirens 113 to the Muddy River Rollers Lumber Smacks 74. Only the Lumber Smacks have used the team timeout so far. Fog City still has all 3 timeouts available to them. So once again, if you have viewing party pics, we want to see them. We want to see pictures of you. We'd like to see Canuck Derby TV in the background. You can send them to canuckderbytv@gmail.com. And there you go. See pictures
More
just like that.
709. They're both from
There
709.
we go. Look at that. That is awesome. These are pictures, and some of them are coming from all over the world. We've got them from, places like Sweden and Australia coming in. It's crazy. We've got people all over the world watching this. Derby is such an amazing community, bringing the world together. I think Derby can achieve world peace. We'll be back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
It's not just about the shorts. It's about inspiring others. It's about having fun and making new friends. It's about getting hit down and getting back up again. It's about being a team. Pivot Star. It's about roller derby.
Oh hi, I'm ZZ Slop with Fog City Rollers and you're watching Canuck Derby TV.
It's not true.
Mon char
crosse avec leur corps. Elles pensent que je pèse fort, mais non, je me crosse avec leur corps. Elles pensent que je pèse fort, mais non, je me crosse avec leur corps. Un échange de service, du troc, un hockey bien bon, des shoots, ils scores, un autre pour la loc, le même spécial à chaque soir. Elles pensent que je pèse fort, mais non, je me crosse avec leur corps.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sleigh of Fundy 2 here in lovely St. John, New Brunswick. We are at the Lord Beaverbrook Rink. I am ostentatious from the bright red Isle of Prince Edward Island. I am joined by another Islander from the 709 Newfoundland Island. Her name, Rainbow Fight. How are you
Hello.
finding this?
I'm really impressed. I think that Shipyard Sirens are coming out here feeling like they have something to prove, and they're doing a really good job so far. I think that Moncton's going to have to play tighter and really control those drag backs and to keep this lead down and hopefully chip away at it. I think the more time that their jammer spends skating around trying to get back in at the back is going to hurt them, so they need to keep a tight pack and keep it moving forward.
Absolutely, absolutely, Rainbow. We're looking at some of the coaches there.
We have Rob of the Lumber Smacks and Brad Pitiful of the Shipyard Sirens.
That's right, and Samiracle, one of our refereeing staff that's standing there. I'm looking at the scoreboard here over on the side, and I'm seeing that the Fog City Rollers are sitting at 113 to Muddy River Rollers 74. What do you think the Muddy River Rollers need to do to get really back in the game with that and bring that score up to an even?
Again, yeah, I think that they need to control what the other blockers are doing a little bit more. They need to try to hold them forward. The Sirens are doing a really good job of bridging for those dragbacks, and the Smacks jammers are spending a lot of time on the inside and outside skating around and trying to get back in, and that is honestly burning time. And in the franticness of this, the Lumber Smacks are missing the Sirens jammer as she comes by a lot of the times.
Absolutely. Well, checking the stats from the previous years, in the last 6 times that the Lumber Smacks and the Sirens have met each other in official competition, the Sirens have only won once, and that was by a 1-point differential. So right now they're sitting in a very nice position from their point of view. They could have a real success. Now this is an RDAC event, an RDAC event. Remember, RDAC is our organizing body, okay? Roller Derby Association of Canada. They are what coordinates the activities of roller derby across Canada. And we have to give a big shout out to those folks for all that they do in the coordination of this sport. If we didn't have a sport governing body, we'd just not be able to handle this. There's an upcoming Eastern Regional Tournament in Windsor, Ontario next week. Canuck Derby TV will be there. They will be live on the site. You can see it right there, canuckderbytv.com, www. If you look above that, you are going to find some links for sponsors, links for information from Canuck Derby TV, and of course, that link that lets you donate and keep Canuck Derby TV on the air. It's because of people like this that you have this free, high-definition service coming to you over the magic of the internet. That is an awesome tool that we have.
Again, thank you so much to RDAC. It's so amazing. 2 of these teams, of course, placed first and second last year. First for the Smacks and second for the Sirens, and they got to go to nationals in Edmonton. And it's so great that they got to play teams from across Canada, play Western Canada, which they might not get a chance otherwise. They're bringing the country together, and we really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Here we go. So we're off. We have Snipers and Tacky Tammy on the line. The Smacks trying to pull the pack forward. Again, here we go. The Sirens starting right off the hop, dragging back. They're pushing the Lumber Smacks the blockers out of play in the front, and I don't think that they realize Tacky Tammy with lead. And it's going to be a power jam to start off this period. Tacky Tammy out there on her own while Snipers goes to the box. I didn't get to see what the call was. But
wow.
Tacky Tammy taking advantage.
That is going to make it so tough for those Lumber Smacks to come back.
And another
Lumber Smack going to the box, number 100.
4-2 pack advantage now for the Sirens.
was
Jackie
really
Tammy again
slow.
breaking through. Excellent job.
Wow.
Grand slam on that one.
Right off the mark, the Shipyard Sirens have taken control of this half.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. By
I
all
was going to
means.
say, it's so great to see Jackie Tammy when she comes in and comes up on her toe stops. She speed checks because more often than not, jammers have been not speed checking and coming in hot and getting back blocks. And it's so, with the blocking the way that it is now, blockers are stepping in front so quick, faster than the jammers can anticipate. And they're getting back block calls. Jackie Tammy does not want to risk a power jam for the Smacks right now.
Number 55 from the Lumber Smacks, I'd hit that, just hit the penalty box. That means that they have 3 players on the bench right now that aren't on the track.
Sniper is now standing in the box. Jackie Tammy doing a great job of calling it off. Molly Millions on the line. She has less than 10 seconds now to break out before the Lumber Smacks jammer gets back on the track. The Lumber Smacks doing a great choice of putting out Brandy Swifter and General Malaise, 2 fantastic blockers.
They almost had an illegal procedures by having a 3rd player on the track. They realized at the last second that they weren't allowed to do that.
Oh. And that was a rough wall there. Again, those blockers are so great. And we see here again the Sirens pulling back. Molly Millions with lead.
Sniper's now returning to the track. She's coming at the back of the pack.
Ooh.
She is going to be fighting her darndest to get back some of those points.
Great job by Brandy Swifter holding Molly Millions just long enough to get Snippers out, so she has lead. However, that was her initial pass. Really great job.
We're looking at a score right now of the Shipyard Sirens 135 to the Lumber Smacks 74. That is a fairly wide gap. That has widened.
But it can be brought back. We've seen it before, and we can see it
Absolutely.
again. Burnham Rubber out there for the Muddy River Lumber Smacks. And we have H2 Ono for the Sirens. Burnham Rubber was actually just down at the Northeast Derby Convention, and she got to play on the All-Star team down there. She was chosen for that.
Wow.
Yeah, and it
That
really
is-
shows. She's so amazing.
That
Look at
is
her pushing
quite
at
an
that
honor.
wall.
Absolutely. And you know, it's interesting you mentioned the comebacks because your own team, the 709 All-Stars, twice in this tournament came back from a large setback and almost managed to make the win. I mean, just within a few points. In one case, 7 points against my own Red Rock and Rollers.
Yeah.
Incredible comebacks. It is possible, folks.
And here we go. So, of course, H2 Ono with lead. She's going to burn the clock and wait for Bernie to get a little bit closer. Bernie was just getting out of her initial pass, so no points awarded. But H2 Ono did manage to get around before that and actually get 5. So we have Debbie Lee Downer now out there for the Sirens against Tootsie Valentino for the Muddy River Lumber Smacks.
Lumber Smacks needing to gain some purchase on the track. They've really got to dig in here and try to get ahead because they keep slipping a little further behind every time.
And it just goes to show both of these teams are so great. They've done so much traveling, spending money, taking time off work, playing all kinds of games and trying to get better at the sport. And of course it shows in that they're WIFTA apprentice now, both. And here we go, the Lumber Smacks with their first lead of this half. Tootsie Valentino doing a great job to push through that pack. We have Debbie Lee Downer getting dragged back by Brandy Swifter. We have no pack called. Of course, the blockers are apart, 10 feet apart from each other. Debbie Lee Downer pushing at that wall of Lumber Smacks. Brandy Swifter really doing a great job.
Perhaps the Lumber Smacks are now taking a page from the Shipyard Sirens playbook in doing that drag back routine. They've identified that it's effective and they're going to start employing it.
Here we go. So it's actually a power jam now for the Lumber Smacks. Debbie Lee Downer just went to the box.
Wow. Okay.
It's
So
going to be a
here's
big one for the Lumber Smacks.
this is the Lumber Smacks' big chance to make some big points. Let's see if they can capitalize on that advantage.
And they made a great choice. They put Snipers out there to jam.
Snipers is an amazing lady. You watch her skating, very, very excellent technical skill. She's a very technical skater. She is able to maneuver on that track, and she is very in control of her own power.
And the Muddy River Lumber Smacks pushing back like that, so the Sirens have very little space to work with to keep within that 10-foot margin and keep the pack in play.
Absolutely.
Snipers breaking out real quick and getting lead. Hammer Slammer just coming back from the box to join her blockers and trying to hold Snipers. Bumping her out. Great work. Not enough. Snipers breaks through to get a grand slam.
It looked for a minute like the Shipyard Sirens were trying to mount a swallow the baby maneuver where they surround the opposing jammer and prevent her from moving, but they weren't able to pull that one off.
Snipers really having to work. Alien She doing a great job in that pack.
Ooh, we saw a little bit of head contact there, but the referees obviously did not. Nothing was called.
Sometimes, too, you'll see the head contact. You'll see it as a secondary impact, and that it
Absolutely.
won't be called because it was a secondary impact, considering it used to be, I guess, a minor if it wasn't an effective hit. Now secondary impact is called as nothing. So a lot of people sometimes they'll have a moment where they're like, "Oh, I got hit in the face," and you have to address the situation and think, was it secondary or initial impact? Snipers getting around. Of course, now Debbie Lee Downer back on the track, matching Snipers stride for stride. Ooh, bit of a slick spot on the track, I think. Snipers almost lost her balance. Great job in calling it off.
Absolutely. And you know, one thing that some of our viewers may not know, particularly if they've been away from Derby for a little bit, we are skating under a new set of rules. We use the Women's Flat Track Derby Association rule set, and they released a new rule set on January 1st of 2013, which eliminated all minor penalties. So now there are only majors. When a penalty is called, it means something. It doesn't count up, it doesn't add in little increments. It means something serious.
Burnin' Rubber now out there jamming for the Muddy River Lumber Smacks. Tacky Taney out there for Fog City Shipyard Sirens. Oh, Brandy Swifter trying to knock her out, but not enough. She sneaks around on the outside to get lead. Burnin' Rubber, oh. Burnin' Rubber getting actually blocking to the head call on Ginger Rocket as she broke out of the pack. Tacky Tammy breaks out. She calls it. Wasn't enough, though. I think she had passed the blockers. 4-3. 4-3 on that pass for the Sirens.
Wow. Well, we're looking at right now a little over 22 minutes on the clock. Sirens are sitting at 143 to the Smacks at 105. Still anybody's game.
And we have Tootsie Valentino out there now on the line jamming for the Smacks. H2 Ono for the Sirens.
Smacks have actually increased their pointage by quite a bit there. They were almost in a 2-to-1 ratio, and they're definitely not there now.
And the Sirens have to be careful because this is what the Smacks are good at. They have lead jam again. The Sirens need to keep up their fighting if they want to hold on to this lead. Again, you see the Smacks trying to drag back there. I wonder now if after this we'll see an official review as they tried to drag back the Sirens jammer, and I don't know if she quite got in time. Beautiful jump and spin move by H2 Ono. Sneaking around the inside, getting easy points as, Tootsie Valentino comes in. Knocker Walker throws a really big hit. I believe that was actually a misconduct. It was a misconduct for making contact while in the air.
Wow, Knocker Walker going to the box.
H2 Ono,
Alien She off the track, standing at the side. Not sure what's going on there. She's not able to come back onto the track. She's still at the side.
I think she's having a gear malfunction.
Either a gear malfunction or her head is like she's experiencing some sort of headache or something. I don't know.
H2 Ono around again, 4 points. Tootsie Valentino coming through the pack now. We got a direction of play called. Taking some hard falls here. H2 Ono gets low, slips around the outside. Brandy Swifter is having none of it. She really wants to stop her. So we do have lead for the Lumber Smacks, though they're gonna run it. It's 159-128 right now. It's an interesting strategy.
Alien She still standing on the side, holding her helmet.
Ginger Rocket did a great job hitting out that time, but she didn't drag back, but Valentino got clear just as H2 Ono is going to the box for a back block.
And number 11, Barbarian of L, just ended up being there a couple of seconds earlier in the box.
Both coaches not looking very happy right now, both going out with something to say. Brad Pittival again from the Sirens and Rob from the Lumber Smacks. I don't know whose official review it would be, but I'm sure they're reviewing. One of them is choosing to use their official review right now.
It looks like it's the Shipyard Sirens are calling for an official review.
If I were to guess, I would guess that the Lumber Smacks are trying to say that H2O did in fact cut because the Lumber Smacks moved back. And from what I seen from where I'm sitting, I thought she came in front. But now I don't have the greatest view from here. But that's what I thought I saw. And the Lumber Smacks reaction, they tried to get Brandy Swifter was trying to get the cut call. So I don't know if she was too late on the fact. But I would think that the Lumber Smacks coach Rob is actually trying to do a 2-minute penalty.
All right. Well, we are just sitting here waiting for some information. And wait a minute. Something's happening with the camera. What's going on?
Some sort of earthquake.
Some sort of event is happening here. The camera is shaking.
Somebody's really
We're
excited.
not sure what's going on here. Wait.
What?
There's something going on back at the broadcast desk.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. What? There
What did
seems
they
to be
do?
an altercation
What? Oh.
between AJ and between Johnny Capote. The doctor is... What's he doing?
There's so much
wire. Oh my
wire.
goodness.
Where's that wire coming from?
There's
That doesn't
wire.
look good.
He's just
no.
he's pulled a mitt full of wire out of the... Oh no.
Oh,
what is
look
he
at that
doing?
unsteady
And
footage now.
AJ is ticked. AJ, he's
Oh, no.
giving him the gears. Oh my God, he's giving Johnny the
gosh.
gears. I can't believe that. That is, oh my
Oh,
goodness.
no.
Oh, the humanity. Oh. He's giving, and now he's up. But Johnny's
he's trying
not
to make
taking,
it up to him.
Johnny's not taking any of his crap. Johnny is not taking any of his crap in this case. It's not going to happen.
Holy crap! I can't even believe that.
Holy crap! I can't believe that happened either. Wow.
Oh, they're taping it down.
Yeah,
they're taping it in place. It's okay. It's set now.
I think they may have things settled down
That
now.
was close. We fixed it, guys.
Wow.
Luckily, that was
Okay.
during an official
We
review.
got a thumbs up. I guess
it's safe.
they've kissed and made up.
Good.
Yeah, that's right. We don't need to see the kissing, though. Definitely do not need to see the kissing. Well, we are still in a timeout situation. The score is sitting here at Shipyard Sirens 159 to Lumber Smacks 132, at least for now. But while we're waiting, you could be thinking about waiting out long, hot summer days, floating on the water on a Salter watercraft. They have the highest quality inflatable boats at the most affordable prices. Salter is what we like to call affordable freedom. You want to find out more about how you could float and bob and float? Check out more at salterboat.com. It's awesome. We're going to sort things out here. It seems to be taking a bit longer. We will be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back at the Sleigh of Fundy in lovely St. John, New Brunswick. We're just getting back to the action. There was an official review called there. What happened with that, Rainbow?
The Lumber Smacks, I believe, were trying to get the Sirens blocker who got the misconduct call. They were trying to get it upgraded to a gross misconduct as she was in the air when she made contact. However, it was denied.
Okay, so that issue has been resolved. That official request has been denied. I do believe that means they can't make any more of those types of requests.
They are out of official reviews now. This is true. So Sniper's coming up now on the pack. She's currently in a power jam as H2O sits in the box. Sniper's through for a clean 5 points. Again, this is not where the Sirens want to find themselves. It's only a very tiny lead. 159 right now to 137. 22 points is not a big lead.
That's nothing in the Derby world. By the way, looks like 314 Lexi Lasher just arrived in the box a few seconds ago.
The Sirens need to clean out their penalty box if they want to stay in the lead.
You can't do business sitting on your assets. It's just as simple as that.
That's unfortunate. One of the Sirens blockers there got a little distracted, I think, by a hit and missed Snipers coming by for a clear pass on the inside.
Just blew through, but then again, That's what she's good at.
Uh-huh.
And she's just stepped around them again.
And H2O having a bit of trouble trying to get through. She's been struggling so far in this period. She had more success in the first period.
Maybe she's tired. I don't know.
She
It's
could
hard
be
to
tired,
tell.
but the smacks are actually coming back a lot harder in this period as well. H2O trying to get around on the outside. General Malaise and Brandy Swift are working together.
Like I say, they must have spent some time out there drinking coffee.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be more energetic coming back. Snipers is definitely more aggressive.
I think Jesus Takes the Wheels and Rob was a little upset there. They were hoping that they were going to get a back block called on H2O as Brandy Swifter fell. But again, like we just said, they're out of official reviews, and if the ref didn't call it.
We're coming up on 17 minutes and 45 seconds left in this second period. The score currently sitting at Sirens 159 to Lumbersmacks 157, only 2 points between them.
Molly Millions out there to jam against Burnin' Rubber.
It's obvious that the Lumbersmacks really capitalized on that last jam.
Burnin' Rubber getting lead there. She really had to push through. Molly Millions pushing the Smacks at the front. Of course, no out of play called. Molly Millions getting a free pass there. Oh,
Burnin'
excellent
Rubber taken
hit.
down. Number 17.
Smoking shotgun. Oh, and she gets called on a cut. So it is a power jam now for Fog City. Molly Millions trying to push into Knocker Walker as she tries to stop her. She is out of play though and does go to the box for making contact while out of play. Molly Millions telling her blockers, do something, don't make me do this on my own. Excellent
Molly
pass.
Millions hitting the tarmac after Hail Destroyer.
Failure to
knocks her down.
reform there on the Lumbersmacks. I'd hit that. She's going to the box as well, giving the Sirens a 4-2 pack advantage, and hopefully Molly Millions can really speed up and get
my
some more
goodness.
points with this.
Number 15, she can't take a seat. It's full. Chlamydia Burns is going to have to skate around the outside.
This is making Molly Millions' job quite easy. She only has to deal with Half Destroyer, and 4-on-1 is not much of a fight.
Hail Destroyer has a tough job to do.
Oh, and Chlamydia Burns goes back to the box after checking in. That means she'll serve a 2-minute penalty when she sits, as she did not enter at the back of the pack when she was coming back from checking in.
That is a serious error on the part of Chlamydia Burns. She is going to cost her team a player for a significant amount of time.
Molly Millions there, you seen trying to call it off. Burnin' Rubber had actually been awarded lead jammer before she went to the box, so this is going to go the full 2 minutes. We only have 5 seconds left though. Burnin' Rubber getting through for 4 points. Molly Millions trying to fight through as well, and she is awarded 3 points on that pass.
15 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. We're showing the Sirens at 191 to the Lumbersmacks 161.
That was a very effective power jam for the
very
Sirens.
effective power jam. They are now 30 points apart. That is a more significant lead.
Tootsie Valentino now out on the line for the Lumbersmacks. Tacky Tammy out for the Sirens. Looks like she's going to try to sneak by the outside, though. I think General Malaise sees what's up, or Flower Child, sorry, sees what's up.
That sudden jump in points has got to be demoralizing to the Lumbersmacks.
Yep, but I'm sure it makes them want to come back harder than ever. Tacky Tammy
Absolutely.
getting lead, though, showing she has more. Oh, and she's going to the box.
That
We have a
is
Lumbersmacks jammer
pity.
headed to the box. I don't see the call, though. Valentino going to the box.
Valentino in the box. This means that we have a power jam for the Sirens.
Tacky Tammy wanting to take advantage, wanting to get this lead ahead. Jesus Takes the Wheels and Rob looking quite stressed over there. They don't want to be in this position. They don't want this lead any larger. Not that it's not insurmountable, just that it's going to make it a lot harder.
Number 28, Flower Child, also sent to the box
Ooh.
recently. That means that the Lumbersmacks are also losing players on the track.
4-2.
That is going to really affect things.
This is it. This is what we're seeing. The Sirens spent the first part of this half in the box, and the Muddy River really took advantage and came back and closed that gap within 2 points. But of course now with the Lumbersmacks box full, Sirens are taking advantage.
They are.
The Smacks here trying to get a race going. General Malaise trying to block and hit out and drag back Tacky Tammy. Tacky Tammy, too tactful. She got in too quick.
Indeed. That was a grand slam. That now has brought us more than 40 points ahead.
Coach Rob not looking happy
More
about
than
that.
50 points ahead now.
Pitiful Brad and Coach Rob out in the middle. Here's we're going to have an official review.
Miracle calling the referees together. We have an official timeout. This official timeout brought to you by Pivot Star. Pivot Star has a new line of team uniforms. You're seeing a lot of them on the track today. And you know what you guys could use out there? You guys could use a relaxing summer on the water. And you could do that with Salter Watercraft's high-quality inflatable boats. They're available at the most affordable prices. Salter is affordable freedom. You want to picture yourself floating peacefully on the waves, floating peacefully on a lake or a river. Salter Watercraft can do it. It looks to me like the coaches are returning to their locations and the referees are calling them back on.
So Tootsie Valentino is standing in the box now for the Lumber Smacks, while Debbie Lee Downer stands on the jammer line for the Sirens.
And they're off.
4-2 pack advantage again for the Sirens. Excellent work. She gets lead jammer there. Tootsie Valentino having to come back in. Like I said, dragging back again. They're making it so much harder for Tootsie Valentino to come in. They're wasting that 40 feet, making her have to work.
You saw Tootsie get dragged right back there. She was right in front of our camera.
Tootsie Valentino there just bumping into Debbie Lee. Debbie Lee just trying to break out and get her points on this pass. She wants to finish this pass and call it off.
These girls are moving fast. Look at those referees trying to keep up with them. That's pretty impressive in and of itself.
And the referees have been doing such a great job. Miracle coming down as head referee of the tournament, coming down from Toronto Roller Derby. So appreciated all the work that these guys have done. They've done such a great job this weekend.
Looks like we've got about a 58-point lead going on here between the Shipyard Sirens and the Lumber Smacks.
We have Molly Millions out on the line there for the Shipyard Sirens, and Sniperess out for the Lumber Smacks. The Lumber Smacks are going to have to get moving if they want to chip away this lead.
Absolutely. Sniperess is going to have to zoom that scope in and take aim and take some of those opponents out, because holy crap, if she does not get that rectified soon, we're going to be in a tight situation.
And Sniperess gets lead. She actually got recycled after getting lead, but she does get out and she is lead. Molly Millions about half a track behind her. Interesting how the Sirens are spreading out here. They're all spread together as a wall. They're much stronger when they spread out like that. Sniperess is just going to pick them all off. Oh!
Sniperess flat out on the floor.
She does give a smack on her face there when she went down.
Ooh.
She did an excellent job. When those jammers are trying to call it off, the calling off comes first before catching yourself when you fall.
She's still smiling.
Yeah, she's a trooper.
That's got to hurt right back to your grandparents.
So Burnin' Rubber now out there for the Lumber Smacks. Tacky Tammy for the Shipyard Sirens.
They managed to gain 1 point, the Sirens, in that last jam. We're looking at 11 minutes and 30 seconds coming up on the clock. Score 220 to 161 for the Sirens.
Knocker Walker, they're turning and facing Tacky Tammy. Bit of a mental tactic. Trying to stare her down. Doesn't work. Tacky Tammy has none of it. She is out and around for lead. Burnin' Rubber trying to push at that last wall. Not able to hold her.
And I know, Rainbow, that you know that tactic of facing your opponent well. You have used it. It's very intimidating.
Yeah. Tacky Tammy calling it off with 4 points. Of course, Burnin' Rubber did a great job to sneak up and grab 2 points. So really, only a 2-point jam for the Sirens on that one. That's what we're saying about coming in and calling it as you're coming in. It's so hard in these large clusters of people.
We have a timeout on behalf of Bunkton. Looks like Vigilante Banshee was giving some sort of a forearm signal. I'm not quite sure what that means at this point, whether it's a penalty that was not properly taken or what's going on, but she was signaling it at somebody. Perhaps it was just a warning. This timeout is being brought to you by CanuckDerbyTV.com. You're watching them right now. Canuck Derby TV for all the best in Derby in Canada, coming at you in HD. Now, you want to send us in some love? I'll tell you what you can send us. You can send us your party pics. You're at home right now. You're having a viewing party. We want you to take those pictures. You're seeing them on your screen right now, just like that.
Sierra 709 Whoopie Pies.
709 Whoopie
I
Pies.
love
That's
them.
awesome. And we want to see you send in those pictures to us. Where do you send them? CanuckDerbyTV@gmail.com. CanuckDerbyTV@gmail.com.
PBR, good.
Absolutely. There we go. See?
I love seeing these photos because I love seeing who's watching. I have teammates from 709. We just had Coach Kidd from Gas City, who is married to Spaz, actually, that plays for Gas City, as well as Red Deer, where Paparazzo is from.
That is awesome.
We have Valentino now. We had a quick end to that. I don't know what became of that after. I think it was just a timeout for Muddy River to get their heads in the right space, and it must have worked. Valentino getting a 5-point grand slam. Taki Tammy went to the box. I believe it was a use of forms. You are correct. Yeah. Use of forms that got called on her at the very end of that jam.
Absolutely, because Vigilante Banshee is one of the jam refs, so that's what I was concerned about.
She is one of the outsiders. Alien She looking like she's having a bit of trouble. Headed to the box now.
She's still smiling. That's a good sign.
Yeah, I thought she was in pain for a moment, but then she came out with a smile, so.
I think she was just making the oh no.
Yeah, the disappointment
She
face.
should save those for H2 though.
Ginger Rocket going off on a penalty, giving a 4-2 pack advantage for Muddy River. Again, this is what we're seeing. Oh, General Malay's doing a great job of keeping the pack forward there. Oh, I think she readjusted. Ivana Chekovic's back. She seems to be in pain. That was a big hit, and that's what's risky about these drag backs is the blockers are getting quicker and quicker at seeing them now and hitting you. And it's a hard hit when you're colliding in different directions and you're colliding each other. It's painful, let me tell you.
Ginger Rocket, didn't she used to skate with another league?
She did. She used to skate with the Capital City Rollers on the Daisy Cutters.
That's what I thought, and she has transferred over to this new team for her.
We'll see this tactic again. Debbie Lee Downer having to face off with Knocker Walker face to face. It's a good mental tactic, but I will say it's not as effective as putting your bum into them. And you can see that, and Debbie Lee has an easier time getting around her.
Absolutely. Because when you just simply hit them, I mean, you are physically limiting them.
Big hit by Sniperess. She knocks herself out, but is not even affected. Gets out for a 5-point grand slam. Debbie Lee Downer is out for blood, I believe.
Sniperess is such an amazing athlete. She just, coming in and the planning. There she is. She's got skates around, stays in bounds. Amazing.
So Debbie Lee Downer and Sniperess in a bit of a race. Auburn Rubber just headed off to the penalty box. Debbie Lee Downer breaks through the wall there.
Sniperess trying to catch up with her opponent and actually lap her. That's what she's trying to do. You know it.
So Ginger Rocket back on the track with Alien She. They're really going to have to work hard to try to get Debbie Lee out of here. Sniperess is having an easy time passing.
Hail Destroyer just skidding into the box for the Muddy Rivers.
No pack called. Lumber Smacks have to let Debbie Lee go at the front. Ooh, Sniperess forces her way through.
Just a powerhouse, that girl is.
Alien She with a great offensive block. Of course, Knocker Walker putting herself in the way. Alien She, like I said, just forcing the pack forwards. Awesome job. I believe that is a back block.
Sniperess.
A back block on Sniperess.
Yes, she is on her way to the box. She's
just
not happy
as they were
about
chipping
that.
away at that lead, they're only behind by 30. Now Debbie Lee Downer is on a power jam, and she just skated a really hard minute and 45 seconds. So I imagine she's very tired at this point, and they're going to want to set up a really strong line out off the start for the next jam. With 7 seconds left, this jam's going to come to its natural conclusion.
Sniperess did not look happy to be sent to the box. Definitely not.
Well, just in that alone now, the Sirens are ahead 40.
Illegal procedures.
Alien She looking a little frustrated by sitting in I think she's really disappointed in herself. You will notice, however, though, she is wearing Pivot Star Francie pants.
Absolutely, and those are beautiful. Don't forget, Pivot Star, new line of team uniforms. The winner of Slay of Fundy gets an entire set of 20 white away jerseys valued at $900. We love Pivot Star, and we love Lulu at pivotstar.com.
Taki Tammy now going up against General Malaise and Brandy Swifter. 3-2 pack. We're seeing these micro packs. So many people in the box. Hail Destroyer at the back. She's going to try to feed that jammer. She wants to feed her one way or another, and her wall should be prepared at the front. Brandy Swifter now working together with her blockers, trying to hit her out. She sneaks by Taki Tammy, grand slam, extending the Sirens lead.
This is bad news for the Lumber Smacks. Every Grand Slam puts them that much farther away from the potential for victory.
And she calls it off just as Sniperess is standing. Again, that wasn't as long because Debbie Lee had run off some of the clock where she wasn't leading the previous jam when they had given Sniperess the penalty.
Absolutely. We're looking at 5 minutes and 35 seconds coming up on the clock. Shipyard Sirens 2:55 to the Muddy River Roller Lumber Smacks 2:07.
Rotten Rob there getting a drink of water, trying to hydrate his voice. I would guess he's doing a lot of yelling. We see Decepticat in the back as well, another one of the Muddy River girls.
Absolutely. Decepticat often showing up as a jammer. Perhaps they're holding her for later. Who
Ginger
knows?
Rocket now out jamming for the Sirens. Interesting tactic on the Sirens' part. She did jam a bit on the Daisy Cutters, but of course she's much more apparent in the pack as a blocker. Auburn Rubber trying to work together with Hammer Slammer now to hold Sniperess. Ooh!
Ginger Rocket goes flying, almost takes out Jam Solo.
Ginger Rocket gets called on a low block.
Oh.
I think.
No,
I think that might have been Hammer Slammer then.
Yeah, Hammer Slammer, I believe.
She was being recycled. No, I was right in what I heard. She did get a low block. She had misheard it though.
She is now coming off the track. That leaves the Lumber Smacks in a power jam. This could be game-changing.
4-2 pack for Lumber Smacks. They get no pack called, and Auburn Rubber and Alien She have to let her go. This is a nerve-wracking game. I'm nervous.
Absolutely. Anything could happen here. Sniperess is the only jammer on the track. She is most capable, and her opponents have been reduced to a skeleton crew.
Alien She throwing
They
some
are
huge
fighting
hits.
hard.
Getting a direction of play, unfortunately. Again, not happy with that. Having to check in at the box. No, there is a seat available. Sniper sneaking through again. 5-point Grand Slam, chipping away that lead. 3.5 minutes. The Smacks are really going to need to make this work.
Every time she does that, that's 5 points, folks. 2 laps, 10 points. That narrows the gap very quickly.
29 points.
And again.
5-point Grand Slam. Hammer Slammer busting her butt to get back on the track and help her blockers try to contain that jammer.
And she's just skating around.
Around the
Let's see.
outside. Auburn Rubber.
And she stays on the track. Amazing.
Beautiful work. 2:55 right now to
Amazing.
2:36. 3 points awarded.
She has reduced, 3 points awarded there. She has reduced that lead down to a manageable level for 3 minutes remaining. It is now possible for Muddy River to take this. We have an official timeout.
It was 5 points that Snipers did get on that pass. 3 points were awarded to Ginger Rocket as she had passed 3 skaters before she got her penalty. And so now when she starts, it'll be a fresh start. So she'll be doing an initial pass. So she did earn her 3 points from that. So we have an official timeout here. We have the refs huddling together, talking. Rob out on the track talking to the Lumber Smacks, trying to squeeze some extra time for 3 minutes.
All right, so we are going to go to a break while they sort all of this out, and we will come back in just a couple of minutes. We're back. Canuck Derby TV is here to help you boutcast your bouts. Now, major bouts, they're out for and they're doing it for you, but they can also show you how to get the gear to get it done yourself. It is possible for your league to get a hold of that gear and to regularly boutcast on their network. You want that information? Contact them, canuckderbytv@gmail.com. They're there to help you.
All right, so right after that official review, the Lumber Smacks are still on a power jam. Auburn Rubber just getting an out-of-play penalty. Burnin' Rubber, 5 points, as it was a 22-point lead when they started this power jam, and so this is really going to make the difference. So on that official review, they did have Hammer Slammer foul out of the game. She was given 7 penalties. She is now out of this game. As well, Ginger Rocket was given an insubordination call for going around in the wrong direction when trying to enter the box. Of course, a miscommunication on her part. I don't think she quite understood she had a penalty, but she was given 2 minutes. She will be in the box for 2 minutes. The Sirens did try to fight it in the review, but...
The crowd is going wild here, folks. They're going wild. We are watching Sniperess orbit this track and rack up the Grand Slams.
Ginger
that
Rocket back on the
score is now getting closer and closer.
Oh, Burnin' Rubber rack up those points.
Burnin' Rubber, sorry.
Ginger Rocket now out there for the Sirens off her penalty. Alien She going back in the counterclockwise direction. Brandy Swifter trying to drag Ginger Rocket back. Ginger got out right behind her in time. Burnin' calls it off. 30 seconds left on the period clock, and the Lumbersmacks call a timeout. Muddy River 1 point ahead. This is the first time they've been ahead this entire game.
This is an incredible moment, folks. We are looking at a possible turning of the tables as the Lumbersmacks are now 1 point in the lead, having come back from being 20, 30, almost 40 points in behind in just a few jams ago. They have done an incredible job of bringing themselves forward.
Tacky Tammy now on the line for the Sirens.
We are on a
Sniperess.
team timeout right now. We're on a team timeout for, it looks like the Sirens, I do believe. Hard to tell from my angle.
I did see Rob go out with the timeout symbol. Yeah, it is the Smacks timeout, which is interesting in that they're ahead by 1 point, but a 1 point win is a close call. And of course, the Sirens still had timeouts, so they were able to call one to extend the gameplay as well.
And you can see the coaches there for the Smacks. They don't seem to be really concerned, so they're probably simply using this timeout as a chance to rest their athletes and really put the crunch onto those Sirens.
3-3 pack, 1 blocker sitting in the box for each team.
One of those blockers is standing. That's a Lumbersmack that's standing. She will be on that track in just a few seconds.
Tacky Tammy trying to fight through the wall of Lumbersmacks. Ginger Rocket trying to get in front of Snipers. Tacky Tammy with lead.
Number
Oh my
42,
goodness,
Zero
Snipers
Mason
right
back.
behind her. This place just got deafeningly loud. Tacky Tammy. Oh, Snipers off for a penalty.
Snipers.
Tacky Tammy just needs to keep it clean. Oh, I believe she just called
She
it
called
off.
the jam off. She called it off.
But
No.
it's still going. Snipers on the
confusion.
track. It
There's
was
confusion.
Tacky Tammy's penalty. Snipers, in fact, did not have a penalty.
Vigilante Banshee
Oh, I don't
indicating
know
a
what's going on.
forearms penalty. We're not sure what's going on here.
Oh, the Sirens do not look happy about this.
This is
is-
the referees are huddling. The referees are huddling.
My heart is pounding so fast.
This
I'm so
is
nervous.
insanity.
This
we
is a
have
great game.
Wow, we have an official timeout. They are reviewing things. There are 40 seconds left on the clock. The scoreboard is showing Sirens 58, Lumbersmacks 59. Nothing is on the board. We are waiting to find out what is happening in all this madness.
I just got word there that there was a bit of miscommunication and there was some confusion with the loudness of the crowd, as you can hear them, between the refs and the penalties that were assessed. Tacky Tammy is in fact sitting in the box for a penalty. However, she should have went before the jam was whistled dead due to a miscommunication. So they are in fact going to start a new jam, and Tacky Tammy is sitting in the box for the beginning. So there will be one more jam. They've readjusted the period clock. 56 seconds remains in this very close, very nerve-wracking game.
Wow. And Tacky Tammy is going to be starting in the box. That means that the Muddy River Rollers, Lumbersmacks, already 1 point in the lead, will have an opportunity to grab some serious pointage before she gets back on the track.
Tacky Tammy looking pretty upset. I have been there Red Rockin' game yesterday.
No.
I know the disappointment.
But we love you. Honest. Oh.
But
yeah.
it's a hard place to be in. But I mean, you have take it with stride and just learn from it, really.
Well, this is the longest official timeout I think we've had in this entire tournament.
We did have an injury timeout for longer in the
We
last
did.
game.
This is true, but not a technical
Sorry, the
timeout.
first game of the day. Cattle
game of the
Prod.
day.
God
That's
love
right.
her. She's back. She's good. She just packed up. She's actually still packing up her Signal Skate shop up at the top there with Hoochie Mama, I believe.
Absolutely. And we love her, and we are so glad that she was not seriously injured.
Yes.
And I know all the folks back home in 709 land, they are going to be equally happy about that.
Definitely. So Burnin' Rubber now on a power jam. They're going to really want to try to contain her. If she gets lead, this could be the game.
And she's
Burnin'
got
Rubber's
lead.
awarded lead. Tacky Tammy has to sit and watch. I think this is the game for the Sirens. I imagine she's not going to let Tacky Tammy come back out and score points.
I can't possibly imagine it.
She's going to try to expire this period clock. She has 34 seconds left to go. She's going to stand still, take time.
She
Take
is
her
just going to
time.
lollygag along. As long as she is moving in a counterclockwise direction, she's
Clockwise.
legal. She's not part of the pack.
Counterclockwise.
Yep, all she's got to do is just sort of mosey along slowly. She can step if she wants. Watch her burn the time. Waiting to see if Tacky Tammy comes up. She can even skate backwards. It really doesn't matter. She's a jammer.
I
She
love
doesn't have the
Vernon,
full
but
pack.
I would love to see her approach the pack and play. She was getting ready to engage Tacky Tammy there.
And she's calling it
Just
off.
giving her a bump and then calling it off. And of course, the Smacks had been down this entire game. They came back. They snuck up by 1 point. And now in this odd turn of events, they've come out and it looks like won. We're still waiting on the official score.
We
But right
are.
now it's standing at 264-258.
Rainbow Fight, that was an amazing bout. It had us on the edge of our seats right up until the last minute, until we figured out what the heck was going on here. The people are assembling around the track, but it is not over until, well, we don't have a fat lady that sings, until the head referee, I don't know, what is it? Zebras don't really make noise. Do they bray? Do they moo?
Have you heard a zebra call a penalty? Oh, they make noise.
Oh, well, I guess these zebras do. They will make lots of noise. We're looking at them. There they are. They're doing the math.
I know we
Yeah.
have some skaters on the Sirens that are probably a little sad they didn't get to join in this game. Nessa Quick actually hurt her leg again yesterday. It was a repeat injury. There is
she
Nessa
is.
Quick in the crowd, standing right next to Skate Monkey Skate. You can't really, her eyes are peeking out there. Two of them watching nervously. And there we see Samiracle on the screen as well, going over and checking the score. Thank you so much to Samiracle for coming down from Toronto Roller Derby to be head referee of this tournament.
Absolutely. And kids, if you're watching this at home, this proves to you that math is important. Okay? Stay in school, do your math. Absolutely. Samiracle, I don't know if he's intentionally toying with the crowd. He raised his whistle to his lips, then he dropped it again. As the coaches are coming out, it's almost like
Playing with the
tantalizing.
crowd.
It's like he's dangling the carrot in front of us, and we're wondering, and
We hear people cheering, one more jam.
Exactly. The referees are still explaining something, but I don't know. I just don't know what's going to go on here.
It's tight with a 1 point game. You have to make sure every single point is accounted for. When it seems silly when a coach is coming out and arguing a 1 point win, it shows these games are the games that you need to argue the 1 point win.
The
or the
tension
1
in
point
this room
difference.
right now.
And that is the official.
Oh my goodness.
The Lumber Smacks
Lumbersmacks
are
winning
2
by-
years running Atlantic Canadian Derby champions.
By a single point.
What a great game.
Unbelievable.
Congratulations. Now they're going away with an entire 20 white away jerseys from Pivot Star, valued at $900.
That is amazing.
They're going
Amazing.
again, both teams heading to nationals, but of course, a lot on the line. The Lumber Smacks wanted to keep their title, first place.
Rainbow, I'm just sitting here. I'm gobsmacked by this.
Yeah.
A 1 point victory. You can see the Sirens over there. They don't have a lot of smiles on their faces.
No.
They will at the after party, but right now they're feeling the bitter sting of defeat.
And you know what, though? If you're going to lose, it has to be by one. It may as
That's
well be
right.
by 1 point. That's
1
a
point.
really good loss.
That's right. That means that, It could have
did your
almost been
darndest.
anybody's. You didn't get lucky this time
Exactly.
on the coin flip. I can tell you though, after all this is over, I'm certainly going to want to relax. I'm going to look into Salter Watercrafts. I want to look into their highest quality inflatable boats. I could do with a quality boat and a quality beverage in my hand and just float in the warmth. That would be awesome. There they are, the Lumber Smacks, taking their victory lap around.
Shipyard Sirens. What a great game they played during their lap now.
Amazing girls.
ZZ Slop talking with Liz Naylor, shaking his head, not even believing what's just happened.
He can't believe it. Complete and total disbelief. Complete and total disbelief.
I think most of us are still in that. How sweet. Shreddy Krueger, the 709 All-Stars, and Justin, crane wrecked, I should say, one of our, actually our old roommate, but he's here helping us out this weekend with the team, giving hugs to Slop.
This has been an amazing final bout of this tournament. I am gobsmacked. I am speechless.
It's not just about the shorts. It's about inspiring others. It's about having fun and making new friends. It's about getting hit down and getting back up again. It's about being a team. Pivot Star. It's about roller derby.